Hi guys, I'm kind of washed out by the light from the window. You want to learn how to make a good yummy hummus? But you didn't know that you did, but after watching this, you may. And it's so easy and so quick. I have got here 4 cans chickpeas, or as they're otherwise known. Yeah, there we go. Garbanzo beans. Okay. I have tahini, which, if you don't know what tahini is, it's just sesame paste. That's all it is. Mechanically held sesame seeds. That's it. Lemon juice. I don't have any fresh lemons, so I'm going to go with the bottled kind. Garlic. And in mine, we've got salt and some basil. Okay, let's get started. So I've got my food processor here. You can use a blender if you don't have a food processor and you have a blender. I like that I can make up big batches in the food processor. Got my compost bucket here. Scott's going to put up my compost bin today, so I can start taking stuff outside. No more throwing stuff away. Yay! We can start feeding our garden before it's even a garden. So I like to put a lot of garlic in my hummus. My hummus is definitely a garlic hummus. And I mean, there's so many different kinds. Lots of people put roasted veggies in theirs. These are kind of small, so I'm gonna use a lot. I've got my garlic here. Don't mind my banged up counter. Pretty soon, any day now, I'll be getting my real counters. They're getting the wood together at the mill, and it's being pieced together. It's going to be beautiful cherry. So I just do a little with the flat of the blade, give it a hit, or 2. And you don't have to chop it up since we're putting it in the food processor anyway. I'm just going to peel it and dump it in. The garlic, besides providing a nice garlicky taste to the hummus, also gives it a little spicy kick. I'm making up a big batch here. I'm gonna have half for the fridge and half for the freezer. And hummus does freeze really well, so if you want to make up a big batch at once, you can store some of it in the freezer and it thaws out and it's just like fresh made. Garlic. Now my fingers are going to smell garlicky. And after I'm done making hummus, I'm going to make up some naan. And we're going to have some inside grilled chicken, hummus and naan and rice. Okay. Got my garlic in there. I need to get a measuring cup. So I'm going to drain these at first, but we will use some of the liquid.
What are you making?
Hummus.
Hummus?
Hummus.
I'm telling you to figure out how to make hummus?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I make some naan too.
Okay.
Yep, need a can opener for
What
that.
are these spoons for?
What?
What are these spoons for?
Those are Jared's.
The one I was usually wearing.
Yeah, Dad. Those were Sean's old boots that you were wearing before. Or mine. Or no, you know what? Actually, we have two pairs that are Jared's size. Because I bought him a new pair of boots and didn't realize that we already had. What the heck is the matter with this?
I'm gonna go outside.
Now stay out of the mud. As much as you can. Especially... Well, I understand if you're going to go in the mud, then get clothes on that you can go on the mud in. I don't mind you going in the mud, I just don't want you going in the mud in those. There we go. I'm having troubles. Okay. So we've got our garbanzo beans in there. Let's clean up this mess a little bit. Now, for 4 cans of garbanzo beans, I'm going to put in between a 1/4 cup and a 1/2 cup of tahini. This needs to be stirred up a little bit. If it sits for a while, it starts separating. Pour it in there. So I'm going to start out with about 1/4 of a cup, and then we'll adjust. This is all, for me, this is all done by taste. Okay, loudness. Still needs to be it needs a little bit more tahini, just a little bit. You don't want the tahini to be the prevailing taste, but you want to know that it's in there. At least that's how I look at it. Now I like to mix this up until it's nice and creamy. add my lemon juice. Again, since I'm doing this by taste, I pour in enough lemon juice that I can tell it's in there without it being overpowering. I'll try to come up with some actual measurements for this, but I probably had a recipe like 20 years ago, but I pretty much do it to taste. I know how the family likes it and everything, so. Some more lemon juice. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to let this mix a little bit more, and I'll add my basil, and it'll be done. I've got these cloves of garlic that are probably gonna dry out pretty quick, so I'm gonna just throw them in there, use them up. The way we like it, you can't have too much garlic. Well, I guess you could, but we like a lot. Two grew together, grew very close, so there's dryness between them. What you doing out there, Seamus?
Hi.
Hi. Okay. Let's give it a try. That's good. Okay. So now, if you've never had hummus and you're wondering what the heck is this hummus stuff, basically it's a dip. It's a bean dip, a type of bean dip. It's like Middle Eastern. And you saw the ingredients that go into mine, which is chickpeas, garlic, tahini, lemon juice, salt, and basil. That's all I put in it. And you just mix it up until it's a nice smooth consistency. What do we eat hummus with? Well, a lot of things. The kids always like when I make flatbread or pita or naan. Dip vegetables in it. Dip crackers in it. Put it on sandwiches. Like if you make a wrap with flatbread or tortillas, you can put it on sandwiches. I mean, any kind of Indian or Middle Eastern dish I make, we eat it with it. Tonight I'm making probably a lime cilantro marinated chicken that I'll grill up on my cast iron grill on the stove because we don't have our outdoor grill going yet. and then we'll eat it in the flatbread with veggies and stuff. And I'll make, well, since I have the hummus, I don't have to, but I could. I'll make a cucumber sauce. It's I can never say it. It's one of those words that I can never say. Tzatziki. If you know how to say it. Tataki sauce or something like that. Whatever. It's a cucumber sauce made with cucumbers and Greek yogurt and just a little bit of spices. That's it. Maybe there might be a little lime or lemon juice in it too, but another very simple thing. So I'm gonna get this in containers and then get my ingredients together for the naan, and we will be back. Hey guys, right now I am making a quick marinade for my chicken souvlaki. I believe that's what it's called. So I'm doubling the recipe. Calls for 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. That would be 1/3 of a cup. So that would be 6 of a cup. So 6 tablespoons would be 1/3 of a cup, I think. The lines on my anchor hockey measuring cup have faded away. I've probably had this for 25 years. I used to write them on here. We'll use this one. It's got lemon juice in it anyway. So we've got 1/3 of a cup of lemon juice. Going into the bag. Okay? And then it calls for 1/2 teaspoon of dried oregano. So since I'm doubling it, I'm going to use a full teaspoon, and I've got this Greek seasoning from Penzeys, which has in it salt, oregano, garlic, lemon peel, cherry, black pepper, and marjoram. And since souvlaki is basically a Greek, well, it is a Greek dish, I figured Greek seasoning would be perfect. So I'm actually going to do a heaping teaspoon. We're all about the flavor here. Okay. 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and I'm going to go easy on the salt since it's already in the other seasoning. Okay. 4 cloves of garlic minced. I did that ahead of time so you didn't have to watch me chop. But I just realized that I need to double it. So I'm going to have to chop anyway. Okay. And then the recipe calls for 1/2 pound of chicken, but since we're doubling, it'll be a pound. More garlic chopping. I gotta chop garlic for the naan as well. I don't really care for these smaller bulbs. I only bought this bag because I'm going to be doing fermenting garlic cloves. So it didn't matter that they were the smaller ones. But when I'm making stuff, I prefer the bigger. Oh! Basically, just unwrapping them right now to try and find the biggest cloves. There's a nice one. And another one. And another one. And 2 teaspoons of minced garlic for the naan. So I will just mince that up right now too. 2 birds, 1 stone. There you go. There we go. It's a little drier. Alright. So I've got all these teeny tiny cloves here. I figure when I do my ferments, I'm just going to peel them and throw them in as is.
5:50 p.m.
Alright. You're being goofy. Seamus. Okay. Goof. You know what? Here we go. Put some light on the subject. Times like this where I'm chopping garlic all day, I kind of wish I had a bottle of minced garlic. But it's all good. This is better. I just don't like to peel it. Not because gets on my fingers or anything. I don't like the stickiness. That's all. Although the stickiness does help get off the paper when it's kind of sticking onto it. There we go. Okay. Throw this in my compost bucket. I'm sliding it down into the garbage can. Okay. I'm going to get the tops, the dried, well actually on the clove it's the bottoms. I'll just take that little dried part off. Throw that in the compost bucket. Now chop. And here I thought I was all prepared having it chopped ahead of time. Sorry about that, guys. I tried. Forgot that I was dibbling. Now for the chicken marinade, I'm not going to worry about having it minced. But for the naan, I do want it a small mince. Finely minced. container and save that for just a minute when we start our dough. Luckily the naan doesn't have to rise for very long. Okay, garlic, got it? Okay, so now pound of chicken. This bag is about 2.5 pounds. I just chopped it up. I had these huge chicken breasts that I just chopped up before I turned the camera on. So I'm just going to go like half. It's still a little frozen too, so which I wanted. So it is thawing while marinating, and the lemon juice won't like totally cook it while making the naan. Okay, so we will keep this sitting here and flip it occasionally. Put these in the fridge. So I'm just gonna work the marinade into the chicken here. Try and get some of the garlic on the other side, and then I'll squeeze the air out. Seamus, please. Okay, here we go. So we'll let that marinate and thaw, and I will be right back. I'm going to get everything set up to do the naan. See you in a minute. I got to change my battery too, apparently. Are you kidding me? Have I not been? Oh, yeah, I have. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, we're back. Now we're going to make the dough for the naan. We start out with a cup of warm water. Hoping this isn't too warm. When you're making stuff with yeast, you want to keep your water temperature around 110 degrees. That's a little hot. But in here, it also calls for 3 tablespoons of milk and 1 egg. So I'm going to just add it to the water. Temper it a bit. We don't want to cook our egg. There we go. That's in with the yeast. Yeah, so that's a much better temperature now. Okay. We need a 1/4 cup of sugar. Like that. We need our garlic that I chopped. Of salt. 1, 2. Okay. Alright, so let's go over here to the mixer. Sorry. It's very crowded in here. And I'm just going to show you what I'm doing, and then we'll come back when it's actually time to make the naan, but I wanted to give you the recipe, and I'll have it in the comments below. So we need 4 cups of flour, 1, 2, double check that, 3, 4.5 cups of flour. Good thing I double checked. 4 4. Let's see, what I'm- 5. Okay, so everything's in there. Let's get this going. Mix that up until it's nice and elasticy. And then I'll let it rise. Things in this house have been rising super duper fast. I don't know why. I'm guesstimating that it may only take 20 to 30 minutes for this to rise. So once it does, I have to form it into little balls and let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then it'll be time to fry it. And I'll come back when it's time to fry it because everything else is just kind of boring. So we will see you in a bit. Bye. Okay, mis amigos, I'm back. It has nicely doubled. We're going to punch it down. Somehow I got some cilantro on it. What did I do with my rolling pin? Oh. I cannot wait until my kitchen is done and everything is in the place it's supposed to be. And I'm not constantly looking for everything. Okay, so I'm just basically pushing the air out of it. I'm gonna make it's basically just rolling it into like a golf ball size ball. A little drier than usual. When I make bread, I usually add extra water because we are at a higher altitude. And which I never thought would be an issue in Ohio, but since we've moved here, I've seen a significant difference in how things bake. Oh, I better turn that off. Hold on a second. Actually, I shouldn't even worry about it since I'm not monetized anymore, but I don't want any copyright strikes against this. Usually what I'll do is I'll make up my bags I'll make up my balls of dough, and as I'm rolling them I will pull some off because I'll realize they're too big or too small. I'll add to them. But yeah, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm rolling them into balls, and then I will let them sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. And while I'm doing that, I've got my 2 cast iron skillets on the stove, and I'm gonna turn the heat on under them on low and let them slow heat up, because I don't want to have a high flame while I'm frying these, because they need to have time to cook. You know, it's not like quick cook. They have to bake in the middle. I mean, they do cook up pretty fast, but I don't want the outsides to be done before the insides. So I just slow heat up the cast iron skillets, and since they hold the heat, then I can keep the temperatures rather low while I'm frying these. Believe it or not, I would say most of these are going to be gone by tomorrow morning.
That's how much the household likes naan. Okay, so I will be back in about 15 minutes. Okay guys, we're back. And unrolls a little bit. So what I basically do is I kind of flatten it in my hands like this. I've got my little roller. I want to roll it into a nice size for wrapping your food in. Of course, I mean, it shrinks back a little bit when you lift it up and stuff, so. See, very simple, very easy. All these things that you eat out in the restaurants that you think are so gourmet. Most of them are actually really easy to make. Alright, let's go over to the stove. Sorry guys, I know this is very primitive. It's the only word I can come up with. Okay, so I throw my flatbread here, and then this skillet is ridged. I usually do it on 2 ridged. I have a little teeny tiny ridged one, but I want to make bigger pieces of naan, and I just got this skillet. My pancake skillet. I need to find a holder for the handle though. I need to crochet up some more. And the chicken that we marinated earlier is just about done. You can see, like around the edges, the lemon juice is cooking it a little bit, but that'll be alright. It's nice and thawed out now. So once the naan is done, I'm just going to throw the chicken on the skillets and let it grill up. I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit. Get these moving. And then while those cook, over here, I will roll out 2 more, so they're ready to go. Ooh, this one's got a nice big hunk of garlic in it. Yummy! I love garlic. And any opportunity to have garlic raw-ish is awesome, because raw garlic is just so healthy for you. And it's not often that, you know, I make stuff with raw garlic. You know, salsa or the hummus has raw garlic in it. And the good thing about hummus is I can get the boys to eat beans without really thinking about it. Okay, back to the stove. It's starting to puff up. So I'll do the first flip. And then once you flip it, ooh, I'm going to brush it with butter. The tip of my brush was a little close to the flame over here. This is the super burner, so I gotta watch stuff like that. Flip! Let that cool down a little bit. Yeah, and see, it's starting to puff up. That means it's cooking. Really, the thing that you... Hey, Peanut, I'm recording right now. Please don't push balls up against the screen.
I'm not going.
Okay, thank you. You just want to make sure the middle gets done, because the edges, of course, cook quick. Sometimes I like to push down on the middle just to make sure that it's getting hit. This one's starting to get bubbly. So what I'll do, see how I've got the grill marks going that way? I'll flip it so they go in the opposite way, and then I can make it all pretty. With this one, it doesn't have grill marks, but it's okay. You don't need grill marks. Okay. So basically, you're cooking both sides twice. And, I mean, the next flip will be quick, but make sure that you get it cooked well on the inside, front and back, or sides and middle. Get my rack, cooling rack. Couldn't think of the name of it for a second there. Seamus, please. All the excitement of finally being able to play outside. He doesn't, the cold, he's sensitive to it. I mean, he'll play outside here and there in the winter time, but with his autism and his sensitivity to things, he just doesn't do too well in the cold. Okay. Oh. That one didn't. Alright, let's get the next one on. Drink. And make sure to press down in the middle. There we go. Rolling out the next pieces. I found that this little rolling pin is perfect for this and pita. I mean, you don't need it. It's just really nice. Hey, Seamus, don't bang on the house. Hey, come on. Alright, back to the stove. Oh, they're cooking a little faster this time. the butter, besides being a yummy flavor, also helps soften it up. Because you don't put anything, well, except for right there, you don't put anything on the pans. I fry them dry, so it's not really frying. Well, I mean it is, but it isn't. I don't know. I don't know what you would call it. What would you call it? Dry frying. Here's these over here. Yummy! This one's already ready to flip again. Need some more work on the middle here. And that's it. Very easy. And then once they're all cooled down, the ones that don't get eaten that are left over, I just store them in a Ziploc bag, or if you have like a bread bin, I would put them in some sort of bag. I'm trying to get away from using plastics. So what I'm probably going to do is make some linen bread bags. I had a bread box, actually, that matched these containers I have. This one here. And I found the bread box at one antique store, and then I found these 4 containers at another at a different time. It was funny. But I don't think it was the fault of the bread box, but my bread in it always got really moldy. And it does in the Ziploc bags too. And it's just the heat in the air, in there and stuff that causes it. So I'm trying to come up with a different way of storing the bread. I have taken to, like when I make my bread, I'll make 2 or 3 loaves at a time, and I store 1 or 2 in the freezer, because we don't, you know, with it just being the 4 of us now, we don't go through bread as quickly as we used to when there was more of the kids living at home. Okay, just trying to get those middles in contact with the one's ready. I'm going to call that one done. Okay, so you see how easy it is? That's it. That's all there is to making naan. In a lot of ways, it's quicker than even making regular bread, and it's so good, especially with fresh hummus. So, I'm going to shut the camera off and finish this up, and then I'm going to come back with a, this is what dinner looks like shot, so you can see, because I'm not going to record me grilling up the chicken or making rice. If you would like to see that in a future video, if you're a new cook or whatever, I would be happy to make one. So, but I'm going to assume right now everyone knows how to do that. But I'm willing to make a video of that if you'd like. What I'm making for dinner tonight is chicken souvlaki without the... Hold on a second. I need the paper. If I see the word, I can pronounce it. And the recipe's fine. Tzatziki sauce. Tzatziki. I think that's how you say it. Tzatziki. But I don't have any cucumbers. I bought all these vegetables the other day, and somehow I don't have any cucumbers, so I can't make my tzatziki sauce. But we have the hummus, so that'll be fine. And, I mean, they can use sour cream. Or, I mean, I even have Greek yogurt. But it's not the same as tzatziki sauce, if that's how you say it. I need somebody to pronounce it for me. There's a lot of words I don't pronounce right, so I just kind of make up my own pronunciations as you go. But yes, this is naan, and I hope you enjoyed these cooking sessions with me today. Well, we didn't really cook the hummus, but we made it. And my goal is to show anybody that a lot of these things that people make from scratch, you know, people get freaked out. Oh my God, making things from scratch, that's so hard. No, really, it's not. There may be a few more steps than opening a box and pouring water in it, but it's not hard at all. And for the most part, it doesn't take any more time than a box meal or a freezer meal. Hell, if you get, like, say you got one of those Stouffer's frozen dinners, it would take an hour to 70 minutes for it to cook in the oven, when you can probably make it fresh on the stove for the same time. So, fresh is best. Using good ingredients is best. And getting away from boxes. That's the most important of all. So, I'll come back when everything's done, give you a show and tell. Until then, see you later. Flatbread.
What?
It's flatter than usual. Nah, it's fine. Chicken. Rice. Chicken. And veggies getting ready to be cut up. That's what's going on. See you back here. Kids have already dug into that. Oh, and here's proof. Yum. Okay guys, here it is. Everyone dug into it real quick and I forgot. So we got the naan with the chicken and the veggies and the hummus. And my Greek seasoned rice. I wish that would focus better. Now I'm gonna go eat dinner, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more delicious recipes on top of lots and lots of other homestead activities. Thanks, have a good night. Bye-bye.